Hey there, Jeannie.
Hi.
So, we're doing some object lessons and we each have an object to talk about. So, what is your object?
Well, the object I've chosen, Paul, is my journal. And it's not so much about the outer cover here, but what's inside of it.
Because you've
And
written it all in
I
there.
have, I have. And I was thinking about gratitude because I think gratitude is something we can cultivate. And having written down some things reminds me of those things to be grateful for. And there's many other things as well.
So,
But
you write about things that you have been grateful for.
yeah, in Romans 1, verse 21, it says, although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks to him. That's why sometimes we need to cultivate gratefulness, that gratitude. And we do see very often in the Psalms gratitude of giving thanks. And that is a real fitting response, isn't it, to God for wonderful acts that he does, especially for deliverance of his people that we read about in the Bible.
So, in
But
Romans 1, they weren't giving thanks at all.
no,
They
not at
just
all.
like the world owes them a living kind of thing. No thanks.
Exactly. And I think because God provides for us, he gives us all things to enjoy, like creation, the flowers, the beautiful sunshine and the warmth from it. And when we're thankful, we're aware of the things that God is doing in our own life as well. And showing appreciation, I think, is always a lovely thing to do. It's easy to grumble sometimes, it really is. That's why I say we have to cultivate it. And in my book here, I've got a verse which says, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits in Psalm 103, verse 2. And as you can see there, I've written benefits, I've written things that I'm grateful for. There we are, there's some more there. And I'd just like to read a few of those to you. And I've got there for knowing God, I've got down for family, for friends, for holidays, for doctors and nurses, for God's kindness, for special occasions. And I've got things like God has got a plan for me, and God is gratitude for big and little things, good memories, and things like that. So I've got lots of things in there which I was thinking about one day, and I was thinking, what am I grateful to God for? And they're just some of the things that I was grateful to the Lord for. So yeah, I think gratitude is a really good thing to cultivate in our lives.
And we appreciate it when somebody is thankful for something that we have done or said. It encourages us, doesn't it, in a way? It's nice to be thanked.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Paul, what have you got then for your object? That's what I'd like to know.
Okay, well, I thought my object ought to be my guitar. I I bought this guitar when I was a teenager, and it's been a great guitar.
Yeah.
It's getting a little bit old now, and when guitars get old, they have a problem that's called um, belly. They belly out. And I don't know if you can see that, but just
Yeah.
there, there you can see it's just starting to belly out now. It's getting
Yes,
a
you
little bit of,
can.
and that's a problem for people as well, probably. For guitars, it's a serious problem because it adjusts the height of the strings above the neck, and it's not so easy to play.
No,
And if
no.
you want to sell a guitar and somebody's saying, "Well, your guitar's bellied out," then it's not likely to sell very well, or you'd have to come down on the price a lot. Yeah,
But your guitar has served you well,
it served me really well. Yeah,
especially in God's ministry.
yeah. I was writing songs when I was just in my teenage years, I'd have a go at writing songs and play them to anyone who wanted to listen to them. Yeah, because music is something that touches our hearts. It kind of alters our perspective a little bit. You know, sometimes we can be in a bad mood and we hear some music, maybe in the distance, and suddenly our perspective changes. And it's like that kind of when we go to church or a meeting of some sort of Christians, even on Zoom, we have a song because there's something about music that helps us get into the right frame of mind. And it's a blessing to the world that God has sent because the Lord knows we have this tendency to grow a little bit hard because
Yeah.
things have happened to us. Somebody said something, you know. And so the Lord, in His grace, sends us music. And the music helps soften our hard heart, just like the rain comes down and softens the ground so that the plants can grow.
Yeah, I notice that very often before a preacher speaks, there is some music. It's like your heart's being prepared to what God's going to say to you from that sermon. You know, your heart's being like mellowed, it's being just making your heart soft, pliable, ready to hear God's word. And as you say, music is so relaxing as well. And it often speaks to our hearts as well.
Yes, and I think that's the primary reason for music in the world. It touches our hearts. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.